sure everything lined up right. Contender regime boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's happening? Hella brightness in the back. You know what I'm saying? Hella brightness, but we gonna make it happen. Me make sure everything lined up right. Contender regime boxing, man. You know I had to pop up on y'all, man. It's a big weekend of boxing. Big weekend of boxing. A lot of fights coming on today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of meaningful fights. We got some big returns. You feel what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder gracing us with his presence yet again. Legendary shit. We got Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. The rematch is going down. Devin Haney taking his talents over to Australia yet again, defending his undisputed crown. You feel what I'm saying? We got Undisputed with Alicia Baumgardner and Michaela Mayer. You feel what I'm saying? You got Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Oh man, they finna settle the score. You know what I'm saying? They finna hash out the old beef, and we gonna see what happened, man. Salute to everybody for pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you slide through. Shout out to the brother Tez Frank in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Steven in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up. Punch Perfect Boxing in the building. What's happening, man? My brother Rivera Frazier in the building. What's good? Randy LBT, salute, man. Appreciate you for pulling up. Says it's gonna be a great night of boxing. Absolutely, it's gonna be a great day of boxing. Asherman James in the building. What's good? We gonna talk about that. Said, do you think Devin Haney looks weight drained? We gonna talk about that. Shout out to my brother Big Mike, Real Talk TV. Let me make sure my boy got that wrench on him. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Appreciate y'all boys for pulling up. We gonna talk about that. Hold on, let me check this light, man. That shit look a little I don't know, maybe that's a little bit better. But we gonna make it happen. You feel me? But we gonna talk about that. Devin Haney, as far as him being weight drained, he's visibly sunken in. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. I'm sipping on my little green juice, you feel me? Sipping on my little green juice, man. But as far as Devin Haney goes, I definitely think it's about that time. Now he's been looking like that in the last few weigh-ins. I don't think it's extremely alarming because we've seen that before. If you look at the JoJo Diaz weigh-in, he looked like that. The first fight with Kambosos, he looked like that. In his body, he looked like he in great shape. But in his face, he's visibly like he's sunken in and it don't look good. You know what I'm saying? It don't look good. So the thing is they talked about moving up to 140, so it wouldn't be anything new if he decided to, after this fight, drop the belts and then just go to 140. It wouldn't be a super surprising thing because even back when they was trying to get Lomachenko, they was considering like, hey, bruh, if these dudes ain't gonna fight, we gonna go ahead and go to 140. Teofimo Lopez, they tried to get him in the ring. They like, bruh, if we can do the fight at 140. So they have been open to the idea of moving up to 140, and I think it's really about to be that time. Bill Haney said maybe a year ago, probably even 2 years ago, he said that it was getting hard for Devin to make that 135 weight. Said he looked worse than the last weigh-in. I will say, in his face, he definitely looks drained. I hope it don't impact him tonight. That when you suck down to make weight, shout out to the Queen Lala D in the building. What's good? Appreciate you for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? When you drain yourself down to a weight like that, it really can affect your punch resistance. It really can, bro, because of course, we already know it affects your stamina, especially if you don't put the weight back on in a healthy way. You can be sluggish later on in the fight, or you can start slow. It's numerous ways that draining down could affect you in a fight. But I think the scariest thing is that it can affect your punch resistance. You know what I'm saying? Said, bro, look like the Walking Dead. Shit ain't healthy. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and I was telling, me and the homie, we was having a talk about that in a little group chat in regard to, they were saying, man, I don't like when fighters need to stop killing themselves to make weight. And I agree, but I look at it like this, man. If these guys, they know what they doing, you know what I'm saying? They know what they risking. You feel me? They the ones that got to go through the training camp and losing that weight. They the ones that got to put themselves through that, so they got to deal with the repercussions. If you willingly put yourself through that to make weight, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? You risking your own life. I hate to see that shit, but long as a fighter makes the weight that they contractually agreed to make, I'm cool with it. Hopefully he does move up after this though. You know what I'm saying? All those other fights, they can happen at 140. We can get Shakur Stevenson at 140. You know what I'm saying? We can get Tank Davis and Devin Haney at 140. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Not Zay in the building. What's good? Shout out to my brother No Excuses. His levels boxing in the building. What's good, man? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother King Y in the building, man. What's happening? Good to see you, my boy. I said hell of a day for boxing. It's definitely a hell of a day for boxing. I'm extremely excited, bruh. A lot of big fights. Which fight are y'all looking forward to the most? Which fight y'all looking forward to the most? Said Dev is still young, so I think he'll be all right in this fight. But I think he should really fight T.O. at 140 instead of Loma at 135. I like that. I think that might actually be the best move. And I'll be honest with you. I'll bring Loma ass up to 140. Let's see what he talking about. I'll bring Loma ass up to 140. You've been ducking and dodging me all these years, all this time. Now, bro, come see me. I'm the bigger star now. I'm the man with the clout now. I became undisputed. You didn't. I'll bring Loma ass up to 140. I'll call him out on that shit and make him come out and say publicly that, nah, I don't want the fight. Well, I don't care if it's because I don't want to go to 140. Whatever the excuse is, I will make him publicly come out and say, nah, I don't want that. I'll bring Loma ass up to 140. And if he don't want the smoke, go get Telefimo Lopez, because he got to get them hands too. You feel me? Days Kate all day in the building. What's good, bro? Said, I think when Haney and Shakur move to 140, Loma gonna be like, damn, the coast is clear. He don't want that smoke. Real talk. I haven't seen anything about Loma having a fight scheduled. I could be wrong. It's been a lot of like different stuff going on and as far as boxing news. So I could have possibly missed it, but it seemed like he been laying low ever since Devin Haney became the man in a division, ever since Devin Haney, became the undisputed champion and really got that respect that he's been garnering all this time. I haven't really heard much from Lomachenko. Before this fight with Kambosos, he was trying to get Loma in the ring. Loma talking about he need a tune-up. You see how the tables turn? All these guys, really discrediting Devin Haney, man, trying to take away from the man game, but the whole time, all he want to do is just fight the best. Now that the man got the belts, these dudes ain't nowhere to be found. You got Shakur Stevenson, he moving up to 135. He ain't even in the division yet. Technically, ain't had a fight. And he is really the only one that's saying Devin Haney's name. Ain't nobody else saying Devin Haney's name. Shakur Stevenson said his name, even though the reporter had to pull it out of him. You feel me? But Shakur Stevenson, the only one saying his name. Ain't nobody else saying that man's name. Said Loma fighting Ortiz October 29th. Okay, well, after that fight, he need to be talking about fighting Devin Haney. And even if it's at 140, he need to take his ass on up there to 140. Go get that smoke. Shit, he brought Rigondeaux up to what was that? What they fought at? 126, 130. He brought Rigo ass up. You know what I'm saying? Devin can bring him up to 140 and see if he want that smoke. What's good? Come on, Loma. You damn near 40 years old, bro. I know you can make 140 pounds. Come on now. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate you. Said that Lomachenko has a fight scheduled. If he wins and if Devin wins today, the fight is most likely to happen, and Devin still owes Top Rank a third fight. Yeah, so hopefully it's if Devin Haney looks good in this. I mean, I'm not even saying if he looks good skill wise. I'm talking about just the weight. If he feels good, if he don't have any physical, I would say, setbacks from draining himself down to that weight, and he feels like he can make it again, shit, it's on him. Like I said, these fighters, they the ones that choose to make this weight, and they gotta live with the repercussions. But I would like to see that fight at 140. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see that fight at 140. Yeah, he brought Rigo up. You know what I'm saying? I like that too, Rivera Frazier. They can do a catch weight. I like 138. He brought Rigo up. Shit, I like that. I ain't tripping on that. But I want to talk about, this is a fight that I really, really want to discuss. And we're going to talk more in depth about Devin Haney and George Kambosos. I think we all kind of know. I mean, most of us probably have an idea what that fight gonna look like. You feel what I'm saying? But who y'all got in the Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell fight? I'm trying to see something. Let's talk about Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. Big fight for those guys on the Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius undercard. Big fight. Big fight. Said, shout out to the brother OG in the building. What's good? Said, shout out to you, Regime. A lot of big fights today and tonight. Have you ever thought about commentary as the fights are on going live? I thought about that, bro. I might do that one day. You know what I'm saying? I always was saying that I really didn't like doing that because everybody throughout the whole time be like, man, show the fight, show the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I might do that. That might be something that we do later on. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be a fight that that's of importance. You feel me? Let me see something. Said I got sweet hands. Okay, so I see a lot of sweet hands. Caleb Plant, okay. Said I think Darrell got a real chance of clipping him. People sleeping. Shout out to the brother Black Boxing Kings in the building. What's good? Said I want Darrell to win, but Plant will outbox him and keep moving around the ring. Plant UD. Okay. Darrell, Caleb has stamina issues. Shout out to the brother Windy City Assassin in the building. What's good? Caleb has stamina issues. A fast horse don't run long. Plus Darrell was whooping David until the cut. Okay, y'all talking some good shit. Y'all talking some good shit. I love the responses that I'm getting because it shows me that this fight is what I think it is. It's a close fight. It's a competitive fight. Now, I'll say this. I've been seeing from the predictions that I've been listening to, shout out to all the content creators, doing boxing predictions for these upcoming fights today and reading articles, and it seemed like the consensus is that Caleb Plant got this fight in the bag. The consensus is that Caleb Plant got this fight in the bag. That's what I keep hearing. Everybody saying that, Caleb Plant just gonna outclass him. He just too good for him. Hands too fast. He too young. I do think the age factor is the biggest dynamic in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably the that's probably the X factor in this fight, the age. However, I mean, that ain't gonna be no excuse for one side or the other. This fight is on, it's happening today. But I bet the consensus has been that Caleb Plant is just too good for Darrell. Darrell is a disappointment. You know, he's a failed fighter. He's too old. That's the consensus. That's what I've been seeing. And I won't say that y'all wrong. Because if you look at the recent history, Caleb Plant has been more active. He's been in the ring with better competition. He just came off of a loss versus Canelo Alvarez, in which he essentially, folded. He essentially bowed down to the man in the ring. You know, some wild shit. He looked good early in that fight. The first 4 rounds, I had Caleb Plant winning that fight. In the first 4 rounds, I had him winning, outboxing Canelo, looking good. You know what I'm saying? Looking sharp. You know, he's a front runner. He started off good, looking sharp, and seemed like he ran out of gas after the 5th round. He didn't have no more gas. You know, and then once Canelo started putting them hands on him and walking him down, you know, he started getting friendly and shit. You know, I'm pretty good for a fighter that's 20-0. What you think about my skills, Canelo? I'm pretty decent, ain't I? Started getting real friendly. We know Darrell haven't been very active. His last big fight was versus Benavidez, in which, just like the brother said, I believe that was Rivera Frazier just said, before he got that cut in the Benavidez fight, I'll be honest with you, man, I had that fight extremely close. Dare I say, I had Darrell up in that fight. A very close fight. Darrell was getting with Benavidez. And I would have loved to see that fight go down to the wire without the cut. But again, the cut was from a punch, I believe. So, you know, you can't hate on that. You know, it was the hands caused that. You feel what I'm saying? That was Windy City Assassin said that. So, I gotta say, man, I don't see it as clear cut for Caleb Plant as a lot of y'all do. Said honestly, Caleb Plant versus Darrell is more interesting than the main event, but Deontay Wilder is a big name in boxing, so I understand why. Oh, absolutely. Come on now. It's the legendary Deontay Wilder. He coming back, having his first fight since the loss to Tyson Fury. Of course he the main event. Pay-per-view, he the one selling this whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? However, going back to Caleb Plant and Anthony Darrell, I don't think it's as clear-cut as people are saying. I like Caleb Plant's skill. I think he definitely can box. He's one of the, when we just talk about pure boxing, at 168, he's one of the better boxers. He's one of the sharper guys in that division. But I really like Anthony Darrell in this fight. I think Anthony Darrell will make Caleb Plant fight, and Caleb Plant can fight. Don't get it fucked up. Even though he was on some friendly shit with Canelo, Caleb Plant can fight. And I think if pushed in a position where he has to let his hands go, it's gonna be very interesting to see if he just sticks to his outboxing ability, if he sticks to using his feet. You know what I'm saying? I like Darrell in this fight, man. I think Darrell is gonna make Caleb Plant fight when he don't want to fight. I think Darrell gonna test Caleb Plant chin too. You know what I'm saying? And also, another factor that people are overlooking is that Anthony Darrell really gets up for the big fights. Like, fights where people count him out, fights where people think he don't have no chance, he really go in there and turn up. He really go in there and turn up. He did say at the weigh-in, I heard you got hurt in camp. I don't know how true that is for Caleb Plant. That, you know what I'm saying? If you in camp getting hurt, fighters say shit like that to each other at the weigh-in just to try to get in their head, but that could be true. I don't know. I like Darrell in that fight. I like Darrell. Said, but Benavidez's defense is his offense, so he just got Darrell out of there. It's a good stylistic matchup for sure. Yeah, I really like Darrell in that fight, man. I think it's gonna be a good one. And I think it's going to come down to two things, conditioning and then who wanted more. Both guys got skill. If Darrell is old in this fight, then Caleb Plant going to take it. Because you got to push Caleb Plant at the end of fights. You got to push him in that second half of the fight and make him use that gas tank. You can't just let him sit off of the back foot and use his jab and let everything come easy and smooth to him. You gotta make him fight when he don't want to fight. That's what Canelo did. Canelo put that pressure on Caleb Plant and made him fight when he didn't want to fight. When that gas tank ran out and Canelo started stepping to him, he didn't have shit else he could do. He didn't even have no clinch game. He couldn't even clinch Canelo. Shout out to my brother Devin Blocker in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up. Shout out to my brother Jay Cooley in the building. What's good? Canelo made Caleb Plant fight when he didn't want to fight. I think Anthony Dirrell has the ability to do that. He's rangy. He got good hand speed even at this age, good power. I think he has a decent ring IQ. Sometimes, they call him the dog. Sometimes he got a little bit too much dog. But I would like to see him, fight smarter in this fight. So that way, don't go out there early and let everything go. Pace yourself. Because I think this fight is going to get real in the second half. This fight going to get real in the second half. We going to see who really want it past round 5. That's when we going to really see who want that shit. So, I got to say, man, I'm going to roll with Dirrell on that. I know that's a bold prediction. And I'm open to be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I'm going to roll with Anthony Dirrell in that fight. I think Dirrell going to pull it off. Something telling me that Anthony Dirrell going to put them hands on Caleb Plant. I got to roll with Dirrell. I got to roll with Dirrell in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I got to roll with Anthony Dirrell. Said, I wonder who PBC is going to have David Benavidez and Gervonta Davis fight next. Good questions. Because the way it's looking, Tank is not fighting Ryan Garcia next. Steven Espinoza even went out. He even went as far as to say that the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight is closer to making than Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. So that motherfucker ain't happening next. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's a great question. As far as David Benavidez, man, he need to go on and get in there with that boy Zerto. Get in there with Zerto. See if you can get, go ahead and try to make that shit happen with Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying? He need him a big fight. At this point, David Benavidez is begging for a big fight. He need to go ahead and make it happen. Call Andrade team and see what's up. Get on the phone with Zerto now and see what the fuck is up. So next fight. Devin Haney and George Kambosos. Now, before we even get into the breakdown, does anybody believe that George Kambosos is going to win that fight? Last time we had some people, I don't know, man. George, he put them hands on Telefimo. He got power. Devin, man, he don't got, I don't know. It's a little different around this. My boy King Watt said, hell no. It's a little different this time, man. Y'all remember last time we had some folks in here talking about, man, I don't know, man, George. Ferocious. George Ferocious Kambosos, he gonna get you. Y'all seen how different George Kambosos acting now? Have y'all seen his wardrobe switch up? Remember in the first fight he had the big fur coat on. You know what I'm saying? He had with the squirrel going around the neck. He had the squirrel going around the neck. He had the Cartier frames on. Buck Style say he got George. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Talk your shit then. He say he got George. He came in with the big fur coat with the squirrel around the neck. He had the Cartier frames. You know what I'm saying? He had the big old boots, the big platform shoes, make him 7 inches taller. They got him listed as 5'9". He ain't no damn 5'9". Devin Haney is barely like 5'8 and a half, 5'9". And he taller than Kambosos. So how they got him listed as 5'9" is because last time he had them platforms on. That's the only reason, right? He ain't no more than 5'6", maybe 5'7". But look, y'all seen the switch up with the wardrobe. And you seen the switch up with how he talking. Remember Devin Haney said at the first fight, the first press conference, he said, bruh, I don't know who this dude George is. I don't know who this is. This ain't him. This ain't him. You feel what I'm saying? This ain't him. He different now. He done changed up his whole wardrobe. He done changed up how he talking. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the OG, to the big homie, Trill Boxing Talk, Black Fight fan in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up, man. Gracing us with your prayers. It's my brother. He said, salute, homie. Keep working and doing your thing. Appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trill Boxing Talk. Make sure y'all subscribe to Trill Boxing Talk if you ain't already. If you ain't, I don't know what you're doing or how you're not. But make sure you subscribe to Trill Boxing Talk, one of the best boxing shows on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Doing y'all thing, man. I appreciate y'all, man. 100. Shout out to the brother Mike Rhyme in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Boss Talk Sports in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said calling Devin an informant like he really on that. Big facts. He was talking greasy, using words like informant. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting Devin Haney, calling him a boy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to belittle him, saying that he didn't belong in the ring, making it sound as if he was doing Devin Haney a favor by fighting him. Knowing damn well you really don't even belong in the ring with Devin Haney. But now it's different. Now his whole get up is different. His whole energy changed. His whole vibe has changed. But let me go back to the brother, who was that? Buck Style? Hey, Buck Style, let me know in the chat. Said them belts got a bad energy on them. Hey, Buck Style, you were for real when you said you got George winning? Tell me in the chat, bruh, why you got George winning? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying your prediction is bad or nothing. You know, you're entitled to your own opinion and all that. But just tell me, break it down for me. Why you got him winning? Like, what's the keys for him? What he gonna do to win? My boy King Y said, I'll take that bet. Yeah, saying he the emperor. Hold on. Have y'all heard George Kambosos mention himself being the emperor this time around? I don't know. I could have missed it. I haven't heard that. Have y'all heard that? I haven't heard him mention that he's the emperor. But I could have missed it, though. I'm sorry. I could have missed it. I could have missed it. You know what I'm saying? I could have missed it. I haven't heard him call himself the emperor. I haven't seen the extravagant outfits that he had on in the first go around. The energy just changed. But I told y'all that was gonna happen. But as far as the actual fight though, so I'm waiting on Buck Style to really break it down for me and tell me why he got George Kambosos winning. I'm really interested in that. I want to know why you got George Kambosos winning. What do you think he gonna do in this fight? What can George Kambosos do outside of landing a crazy shot from hell that Devin Haney don't see, which is highly unlikely, but hey, it's possible. It's boxing. Anything can happen. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want to know, brother, how you see George Kambosos winning? Said I'm cutting right now. Okay, but look, I think this fight is really gonna come down to how Devin Haney decides to carry George Kambosos along. This fight is based 100% on how Devin Haney approaches this fight. Now, I will say I expect George to be extremely aggressive in this fight because he knows he has no other shot. After that first fight, I think he realizes that, bruh, I can't. Hold on. Before I even get into that, remember when I told y'all that George Kambosos was going to be dumb enough to box Devin Haney? Remember I told y'all that? I said, George Kambosos, go back after this live, go back to my original breakdown of the first fight. People thought I was tripping. I told you, I said, he gonna be dumb enough and naive enough to think that he can box with Devin Haney in the middle of the ring. What did he do in the first fight? He went out there and tried to have a chess match with Devin Haney. Stupid. I told y'all he was gonna do that shit just based off of film. He really thought that he was. I told he not no pressure fighter like that. He don't got no ring cutoff game. Who y'all seen George Kambosos cut the ring off on? He not no pressure fighter. He couldn't cut the ring off Mickey Bay. I thought Mickey Bay won that fight. Who y'all seen George Kambosos cut the ring off on? Who y'all seen him put pressure on like that and just grind somebody up out of there? And then people, after the fight with Lopez, people try to make him out to be this devastating power puncher. He not none of that. But I said that already though. So in this fight, him coming forward and being extremely aggressive, that's really George Kambosos fighting out of character. That's really him fighting out of character. So for him to win this fight, he's going to have to fight out of character. He's not a pressure fighter. He's not a power puncher. He's not a knockout artist. He doesn't come forward behind a great jab. He doesn't have a high punch output. In order for Kambosos to win, he got to be something that he not. So again, I say this fight basically comes down to how Devin Haney chooses to approach it. If Devin Haney say, okay, I want to just box this guy and control him from the outside and make this fight easy, he can do that. No problem. If Devin, shout out to the brother Alamane Cruz in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up on me. If Devin Haney say, you know, I want to be a little bit more aggressive, similar to how he fought Jorge Linares in the second half of that fight, in which he was doing very well at. People get it fucked up that Devin Haney was whooping Jorge Linares' ass coming forward. After the 5th round, he came out in the first 4 rounds and said, okay, let me box him. You know, he's sharp. Making him miss, fighting him at mid-range to long-range distance, keeping him at the end of the jab, countering, making him miss, making him pay. He did that for 4 rounds straight. I had Haney winning all the first 4 rounds. And then the 5th round, he said, fuck it. I'm finna start sitting down on my punches. And he started sitting in the pocket. People say Devin Haney don't got no inside game. Go back and watch the Linares fight. Go watch the Linares fight from round 5 on up. Devin Haney showed you his inside game. He sat right there in the pocket with Linares and beat him to the punch every time. Going to the body on him. You feel what I'm saying? Devin Haney got an inside game. He can bang it out with you if he need to. I don't necessarily think that's, you know, his primary style, especially depending on who he's in the ring with, because styles make fights and you're not going to fight everybody the same. He only had that one slip up at the end of the 10th round where he got a little careless. But outside of that, he controlled Linares from outside, from mid, and from close range. It's so many dimensions to Devin Haney game that he don't get credit for. All because of the lack of power, in which these guys that he fight that y'all say got power, he beat their ass. They can't do nothing with him. It's funny that the guys that they say got all this power, when they fight Devin Haney, they not winning. Linares had big power. Very high knockout percentage. What, 3-4 division champion? Very decorated fighter. Got all the power. Dropped Lomachenko. Didn't drop Devin Haney though. But look, this fight is gonna go as Devin Haney go. And like I said in my last video, I don't expect Devin Haney to be more aggressive because he has to. Because the fans are requesting for him to be more aggressive or so that he got knockout power. I think he's gonna be more aggressive because he understands that literally Kambosos can't do shit with him. And I think he felt whatever heat that Kambosos had on those shots, I think he felt that shit and he felt like, man, look, I can take that. If it came down to it, I could take a little bit more risk. I don't think Devin Haney is really worried about anything that George Kambosos got going on. Shout out to my brother Big Tex 33 in the building. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Weirdos love Mr. Sheldon in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up. Jay Wash 4 in the building. What's good, man? I don't think Devin Haney worried about anything George Kambosos got. So I expect Devin Haney to be victorious, and I wouldn't be surprised with a stoppage. That's how I'm going with that fight. I'll say wide UD, 12 rounds to Devin Haney, maybe 11-1 if he decides to take a round off. Or I'll say late round stoppage, 9th, 10th round, maybe even 11th round stoppage. That's how I see that fight going. Shout out to the brother Uncultured, Jay in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, even if Dev doesn't have KO power, he may have stopping power, especially if he moves up to 140. He killing himself to make 135. I totally agree, bro. I totally agree because everybody get caught up on one punch knockout power when it's really not always about that when it comes to stopping an opponent. You can stop a guy to an accumulation of ass whooping. You can stop a guy like Sugar Ray Leonard did and making him quit because he's embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even though I fuck with Rigo heavy, Lomachenko stopped him due to embarrassment. Know my shit. You can stop somebody even if you don't have one punch knockout power. You know what I'm saying? You can stop them with an injury. It's so many ways you can stop somebody. You don't have to knock their ass out cold. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to knock them out cold. So we got that out the way. Let's move on to Alicia Baumgardner versus Michaela Mayer. Who y'all got in that fight? Who y'all got in that fight? Who y'all got? Alicia the Baumgardner versus Michaela Mayer. Who y'all got? I'm interested to see. This is a big fight, man. This undisputed. Undisputed. Featherweight women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not super big on women's boxing, but this is a fight that I'm excited about. I'm excited about it. You know, after I saw Baumgardner beat up on old girl, what's her name, Terry Harper, when I seen that, it made me, after Michaela Mayer got on social media and start calling out Baumgardner going crazy, talking about, you know, I'm gonna whoop your ass and all this shit, it made me go look up Michaela Mayer and see what she talking about. This fight got me excited. I think this motherfucker right here, this definitely might end in a knockout. Both of them can hit a little bit. Okay. Said tough to call. I definitely think it's a 50-50 fight. Michaela Mayer, she's a really good fighter. She's a really good fighter. You know, and she got that range on her too. She a good fighter. And she got a good coach. You know what I'm saying? She got a real good coach. She got a solid foundation. You know, I watched the little sit down that they had, the little face off. You know, she seemed like she been at the top of her craft for a long time. You know, since the amateurs. She been doing this shit for a long time. She been on top of her game. Very decorated, very experienced fighter. You know, and Baumgardner is that fighter that's getting that opportunity now to show that she belongs on this level. She's a unified champion now. And, you know, it's that time. Said these fights are at 2 to 3 p.m. right? Yeah, so the the card is supposedly supposed to come on DAZN around 2 p.m. Central Time. And Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields' fight will probably be on, I say Baumgardner and them probably come on like around like 3:30 or 4 maybe. And then Clarissa, she'll probably be on like around 5. You know what I'm saying? You probably see Clarissa and them get on like maybe 5:30, something like that. Cause those cars be long as hell. Those cars overseas, they be long as hell. They be having like 8 fights and shit. Okay. I'm seeing some parity, you know what I'm saying? Some people got Mayer, some people got Baumgardner. Said Mayer is technical, but Bomb might have got in her head. Not sure. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. So based off y'all responses, it's definitely a competitive fight, 50-50. It's undisputed. I mean, it don't get no more competitive than that. But I want to talk about something that the brother just said. He said that Alicia Baumgartner might have got in Michaela Mayer's head. Now, I noticed this. I want to give my perspective from both sides. Michaela Mayer seems like she's humble. Like she seemed like she respect her opponents in the way that you supposed to. Now, I got to question whether or not she respect Alicia Baumgartner too much, because when they did the face-off, Baumgartner, she seemed so confident, so brash, so dominant. She dominated the conversation. She just dominated the energy. And she was just so dismissive of Michaela Mayer. And I understand that energy too. It's like, okay, I know why I'm here. I know I deserve to be in this light. I know I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you because you got something that I want, and I'm trying to take that. You want to beat me, so I don't like you. That's why I'm bringing this energy to you. I understand that perspective as well. Now, let me give you the downsides to both, because I think the confidence from Alicia Baumgartner is great, and you need that. I think that level of confidence is something on this level, you got to have that to compete with the elite fighters. You got to believe that you're better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in there with the confidence that my knockout power is real. And if I touch you, I can really stop you. That's how she feel. On the other hand, though, I think she might be a little dismissive. It could be one of those situations where you talk a whole lot of shit, but when it come down to it, you don't perform. You know what I'm saying? It could be a situation where you leaning too much on your power and you not really thinking about the ins and outs. But I do believe that she got in Michaela Mayer's head, which is why I want to talk about Michaela Mayer's perspective. I like the fact that Mayer is humble and she respects her opponent. So she said when the interviewer had asked her, well, what do you think about Alicia Baumgartner? She said, I respect her. She's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? She good. I like when, let's say when you hear, let's say they interview the quarterback of a team, right? And they ask him, well, what you think about this team defense that you about to play? He not finna say, oh, they trash. They can't fuck with us. No, he gonna say, you know what? Man, they got some really good cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? Good defensive back play. They got a good pass rush. I like what they doing on defense. We gonna have to do this to combat that. I'm watching film every day. We studying. We gonna have to put some shit together to be able to beat that defense. The quarterback is gonna come from a perspective of, okay, I respect my opponent, so I'm gonna prepare well. That's the energy that I got from Michaela Mayer. She respects her opponent. She not coming in there overlooking Baumgartner. You feel me? At the same time, the downside to Michaela Mayer's, the energy that she giving off is that I think she might respect Baumgartner too much, because she was getting in her head. She was getting in her head. Everything that Alicia Baumgartner said, she got a reaction out of Michaela Mayer. Everything she said, every little nitpicking thing that she put out there, Michaela Mayer bit off on it. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like she got in her head. And in my opinion, it make me think like, damn, she might really believe these things that Alicia's saying to her. She might respect Alicia too much. She giving up too much ground. So I think it's a positive and negative to both of their attitudes. I love the confidence from Alicia, but I think she gotta respect Mayer, because she can't go in there overlooking her. And with Mayer, I like the fact that she's humble and she's studying her opponent and she respects her opponent, because that make you get up for them. That make you really prepare. But then I don't know if she respect her too much. So that's gonna be an interesting fight to see. I'ma roll with Alicia Baumgartner though. I'ma roll with her just because I think overall, I just felt like she was the more dominant personality. And I feel like in the fight, both of them, I don't think neither one of them got hell of a defense. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got pretty good offense. Michaela Mayer is probably more technical. I'm going to have to go with Baumgartner, though. I think she gonna land the bigger shots, and she fuck around and drop Michaela Mary in this fight. Said it don't really work to Alicia's advantage though, cause her only loss came to an opponent that was engaging in too many 50-50 exchanges with her. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I think Michaela Mayer is gonna be extra aggressive in this fight. If she come out there and she be calm and just box, I think she'll have a better chance. But I believe that Alicia might have got in her head, and Alicia trying to run her into a shot. And this fight might come down to a knockdown. You know, women's boxing, man, it's unless you Clarissa Shields, because it really ain't too many fighters out there like Clarissa Shields, too many women's fighters who win boxing rounds so clear cut. Ain't too many women's fighters that's as sharp as a Clarissa Shields. So unless you like her, these rounds be close as hell. You know what I'm saying? Sanisa Estrada, you feel me? Very sharp fighter. I like Katie Taylor, she cool, but her rounds don't even be that sharp like that. You know what I'm saying? Serrano, I feel like she is a little sharper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women's rounds be really close. So if you can get a knockdown, that shit changed the whole fight. And I think I can see Alicia Baumgartner getting a knockdown. I can see Alicia getting a knockdown in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I can see her getting a knockdown, and I think that will be the deciding factor in the fight if she don't stop her. You know what I'm saying? The brother said Shields' technique is razor sharp. She definitely deserves way more respect. Big facts. So let's talk about it. We got Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Now look, they trying to settle the score. We got one of those situations that we don't get a chance to see very often. We done heard so many backstories about how my boy Gary Antoine Russell beat Jerome Booth Ennis multiple times in the amateurs. We done heard about how Yordenis Ugas beat Terrence Crawford in the amateurs. Terrence Crawford and Danny Garcia, they split in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? We heard about Brian Castano beating Earl Spence in the amateurs. You feel me? Savannah Marshall beat Clarissa Shields in the amateurs. So you don't often get these opportunities where you can settle the score. And this is one of those rare times where we get a chance to see who really like that. Now, you know, Clarissa Shields, she got a lot of, you know, she got some get back to get. She got a lot of feelings towards this. She believes that she's the better fighter. She definitely believes that that fight from when she was 17 years old she's not the same fighter as she was back then. She's way better. Savannah Marshall, in my opinion, is still holding on to that, thinking that, oh, okay, because I beat her in the amateurs, I'm better. I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I'm better. I already done it before. She's still the same fighter. So I think this is gonna be a huge opportunity for both of them to really show, you know, who's at the top of the sport. I think this fight right here, even though you have those other fighters like, you know, the Katie Taylors and the Serranos, the Estradas, you got those. But this right here is, in my opinion, the biggest fight. Just like how when Clarissa Shields fought Christina Hammer. In my opinion, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Everybody said Christina Hammer had all this power. You know, she was a bigger girl. You know what I'm saying? She was undefeated, had knockouts and shit like that. And it was a huge fight because Clarissa Shields was facing a lot. She was facing a fighter that people was really saying that she wasn't gonna beat like that. And Savannah Marshall, I think she's a carbon copy of Christina Hammer. You feel what I'm saying? And it's gonna be very interesting to see what type of energy she bring out, because it's a different dynamic in this fight. You fighting an old foe. You fighting somebody where you trying to settle the score now. You know, this person feel like they holding on to a win from 10, 15 years ago, holding it over your head, and now you finally get your chance to get your get back in front of the world. At the top of your game. You know what I'm saying? At the top of your game. So we definitely gonna see, who really about that shit today. I love this fight. I was sad as hell when it got postponed the last time, but it's here now. You feel me? So with that being said, who y'all got? Shout out to my brother D Luckett in the building. What's good? Who y'all got, man? Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. Do we see a stoppage today? Is it going a distance? Marshall got knockouts. We know Clarissa Shields ain't got knockouts, but look, this the thing. Clarissa Shields, in my opinion, have been fighting way better competition. Way better competition. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that as you go up in competition, more often than not, the knockouts go down a little bit. Just because you fighting people who know how to win. Number one. Number two, they know how to survive. They know how not to get knocked out. They got better chins, better punch resistance. They got better defense. They're stronger fighters. They just harder to stop. When you go up in competition, when you fighting better competition, it's harder to get knockouts. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always big up Jermell Charlo so much, because it seemed like the more he stepped up in competition, the more his knockouts went up. That's why I got him at the top of the pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? Because the more he stepped up in competition, the more his knockouts went up. You feel me? And it's hard to increase your knockouts when you step up in competition. And when you look at Savannah Marshall's record, she been fighting a lot of motherfuckers that don't belong in the ring with her. Girls that I think Clarissa would have stopped or would have beat the fuck out of. Shout out to the brother Boss Talk Sports back in that super chat, coming through and showing love. He said Shields' best matchup was Hannah Gabriel. Big fat, that was a great fight. Hannah Gabriel, nice. That was a great fight. I like Hannah Gabriel, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? That was a good fight though. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of thickness in the ring that night. Great fight. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, look, this gonna be a hell of a fight. And I wanna see if Savannah Marshall really has an offense like she claims to have, because she really leaning on this power. Every time they bring up an accomplishment from Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall always tries to counter that with the fact that Clarissa don't got knockouts. You know, she said, well, you beat this opponent, but did you stop her? You feel what I'm saying? And Savannah Marshall, she said, I'm gonna hurt her. She said, that's what she said. She said, I'm gonna hurt her. I wanna see. I want Savannah Marshall to be extremely aggressive in this fight. I want her to push Clarissa Shields to the point where Clarissa don't have no choice but to dive deep in that bag of tools and pull some shit out that we ain't seen. That's what I want to see. Because a lot of these girls get in the ring with Clarissa Shields and they fold under pressure. They get in there and they feel them counter punches and they get stung a couple of times and they be all like, apprehensive and shit. No, I want to see Marshall go in there and be aggressive and pull something out of Clarissa Shields. I want her to make Clarissa Shields have to fight. Because I think Clarissa got that dog in her. But ain't nobody really been able to bring that shit up out of her. That's what I'm hoping for in this fight. That's what I'm hoping for. Shout out to the brother Uncultured Jay back in that super chat, coming through and showing love. I appreciate you, my brother. He said, I got Marshall. Okay. Says she looks slicker and sharper to me. She also has a little better throwing combinations. Okay. Says she looks a little better throwing combinations. When Clarissa let her hands go, she can get a little sloppy. Still, it should be entertaining. That's a good point. And look, bro, that's not a bad prediction, because this fight wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't a competitive fight. This is a legendary night of boxing, a legendary day of boxing. particularly for the women. This fight wouldn't be what it is if Savannah Marshall didn't have those skills that you just said that she had. So that's not a bad prediction. I'm going to have to ride with Claressa Shields just because I've seen her in there with better competition. I've seen her do it on a consistent level time after time at the highest levels. I think Claressa Shields wins by unanimous decision because I believe that Savannah Marshall will suffer the same fate that a lot of these fighters suffer when they get in the ring with Claressa. They fold under pressure. That aggressiveness that they normally have with these other girls, they don't have that when they get in there with Claressa, because as soon as they get caught with a couple of counters, shit be getting sweet. You know what I'm saying? Shit be getting sweet. They get the holding and hugging. You feel me? Looking at the ref and shit. So, but to your point though, you said Claressa gets a little sloppy when she throw combinations. I want to see Claressa have to fight in this matchup. I want to see her have to go crazy. I want, because if that's what she needs to bring that greatness out of her. That's what she needs, in my opinion, to get the respect that she deserves. People need to see her let them hands go. I want to see a fight. I want to see a fight. And I'm hoping that Marshall can bring that out of her, because I think if she does, Claressa gonna pull that dog out. And she gonna pull out some tools that a lot of people didn't think she had. You know? So I got Claressa Shields. I think it's gonna be a very competitive fight. Said Claressa willingly gets into 50-50 exchanges. Facts. But this the thing though. Nobody has really made her like have to dig deep. No, she love to fight. You know she love to fight. Claressa she be looking like that badass kid. Y'all remember them bad kids, man. Like, you know, you set him up with, you say, okay, look, shit, you know, you go get him. You know what I'm saying? And they ready. They just jump out there. What's good? They love to fight. Motherfucker hit him one time, they throwing hella combinations. Now he just tapped you on your shoulder. You throwing combinations though, going crazy. That's how Claressa Shields is. She love to fight. She just need one little reason to let them hands go on your ass. But I want to see her have to dig deep though. I want to see Savannah Marshall be aggressive enough and put Claressa Shields in a position where like she really just got to go crazy to win. That's what I want to see. Because I believe Claressa can dig deep in that bag of tools and come out victorious. She could probably get a stoppage. I think she got what it takes to get stoppages. I don't think it's really a lack of power. I think, you know, ain't nobody just really made her go to that level yet. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you seen Claressa Shields bloody and shit? You know what I'm saying? Said this definitely the fight to get that out of. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I want to see that because I know she got it. I know she got it. You, like you said, you seen it. She willingly gets in those 50-50 exchanges. She live for that. But I want to see it go down to the point where, okay, in order for her to win, she got to go to that level and do it consistently throughout the fight. It's a chance that this might be Claressa Shields' first stoppage. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see. We gonna see. Shout out to the brother Boss Talk Sports back in the super chat, coming through and showing love again. Says she probably used to wear them baby fat jackets. Hey, big facts. I know exactly what you talking about. When you said that, it painted a picture for me. It painted a picture of me being in middle school, waiting at the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? We waiting on the bus to come, either before or after school. You know what I'm saying? And you will see a girl getting down. She got braids. You know what I'm saying? She got braids and shit with that baby fat jacket on, beating the fuck out somebody, dragging her, all type of shit, going crazy. Yeah, you know, I know about them baby fat jackets. Nah, on me, I know about them. Every girl that had them baby fat jackets on with the name belts, they were beating bitches' ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to the brother Jay Smith in the building. What's good? Oh, yeah, you painted a picture with that. I know about them baby fat jackets. You know what I'm saying? Bitch probably had 2 slugs in her teeth. She had 2 gold slugs in her teeth. I know about them baby fat jackets. I know about those. Said I wish they fought 3-minute rounds. Yeah, bruh. This shit need to be 3-minute rounds. If you ain't gonna give us 12 rounds, at least give us 3-minute rounds. You ain't gonna give us 12, at least let us get 3 minutes. Them 2-minute rounds, man, that shit be ending quick as hell. They gotta change that, bruh. These is grown women in there. They know what they signing up for. They got conditioning just like these men. They done trained and ran and built up their respiratory system just like these men. They can go 3 rounds. They can go 3 minutes. They gotta change that, bruh. Because I think it's doing a disservice to these women's fights. A lot of things can happen in 1 minute. You get an extra minute in the round, it's a lot of shit that can happen. I think you'll see more stoppages too. You'll see more stoppages. That's probably the reason why they doing it, because they don't want to see women getting knocked out and shit. I understand that. But at the same time, these motherfuckers, they know what they signed up for. They know what they signed up for. So, these are my picks so far. I got Devin Haney being extremely dominant today. I have Alicia Baumgartner beating Michaela Mayer. I have Anthony Durrell beating Caleb Plant. Yes, I said it. I got Anthony Durrell winning that fight. Again, I could be wrong, but I see something. Call me Mikey Garcia. I see something. So I got Anthony Durrell winning tonight. And then I got Clarissa Shields beating Savannah Marshall tonight. Shout out to the brother Coach J coming through showing love back in that super chat. He said, nah, where I'm from, girls. Oh, hold on. He said, where I'm from, girls had the race car jackets with the M&Ms and the different brands on them. Used to be ruthless. Oh, God. Hey, bro, you not lying. You not lying. I know about them race car jackets, too. I know about those. You know what I'm saying? Hey, boys down here, you know what I'm saying, in Texas, they even used to have the slab. I done seen a couple of slabs with that, with the race car jacket with the wrap on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Boys had the Crown Vic with the whole race car M&Ms and all that bitch. Hey, but no, girls had them jackets on too. They was going crazy. You not lying, bruh. You not lying on me. I done seen that, bruh. Going crazy. Said Caleb Plant gonna get stopped. Shout out to the brother Maurice Bridges in the building. What's good? Yes. So I got Anthony Durrell winning that fight. So I'm excited to see how that shape out. So let's talk about the main event. We got the return of the great Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Looking good. Looking in excellent shape. Weighed in at 214. Making his return. You have Robert Helenius. You know what I'm saying? These guys used to be sparring partners. You know, these guys know each other very well. And it's a great opportunity for Helenius. You know, you get a chance to share the ring with Deontay Wilder on pay-per-view. You get the biggest check you ever got in your life. It's a huge opportunity for him. So I'm expecting Helenius to go out there and lay it all on the line. But I love that, because that's gonna give Deontay Wilder all of the energy and he want to fight. And he got great incentive to be successful in this fight, because this is a title eliminator. You feel what I'm saying? Alexander Usyk they saying that he might be in attendance. The winner could get an opportunity to fight Alexander Usyk. And so he got great incentive. However, with Deontay Wilder, the reason why this is a good fight for him, because you coming back with a guy that I think matches up well with, I think Deontay Wilder's style matches up well with Helenius. You feel me? I think Helenius is going to be the perfect opponent for Wilder to come back and get a huge knockout victory over. Build that confidence back up. Plus you get in, he's strong too. Helenius is strong, so he ain't finna just be, you know, for other people, he probably will be a tough match. For Wilder though, I think he'll be that perfect mixture between, okay, a tough opponent that's not gonna lay down, but then also somebody that, is susceptible to all the shit that Wilder does great. And I also like to see, like the brother Jay Smith just said I think Wilder gonna carry him to the 8th round. He said carry him to the 8th in the late rounds. So look, that's what I want to see. I want to see Wilder get some rounds in. I want to see him work on the jab. I want to see him work on the jab. That same shit that Malik Scott had him working on in that last fight with Fury, because in the trilogy with Fury, he did some really good stuff. He came out using the jab. He was going to the body more than we ever seen him. He used the jab to the body more than we ever seen him. That's obviously something that they had, worked on. They were intentional about that. And, of course, as the fight went on, Fury is a very formidable opponent. And, Deontay Wilder kind of got away from that. I don't know if it was stamina or maybe he was just taking too much damage. Of course, he dropped Fury twice in that fight. Big man shit. You feel me? Hurt him multiple times. But I liked what he was doing in that fight. And I think now that he had more time out the ring, more time in the gym to really focus on the game plan, focus on, sharpening up on that jab to the head and to the body, bringing forth more 3-4 punch combinations. I also want to see that. I think this is a great fight for Wilder to really work on some different stuff. Like Jay Smith said, carry him on in the late rounds. Don't be, careless and let the man catch you with nothing, because it's still heavyweight. You don't get in that motherfucker to play. You don't get paid for overtime, and you can't go in there at heavyweight playing, because one punch can end everything. However, I would like to see Wilder work on something before he stop it. Work on a little something. Now, make no never mind about this. Look, I got Wilder winning this fight by devastating knockout. I think this probably gonna be one of those Spilka knockouts. You know what I'm saying? I think this is gonna be one of those Spilka knockouts, where a motherfucker face down in that bitch, where they gotta stop all the action and bring the paramedics. I'm not wishing nothing bad on Hellenius. I'm not wishing that the man gotta, get carried out of there with a neck brace on and all that, and he's unresponsive. I'm not wishing that on him, because I don't have, he ain't, from what I know, he don't deserve that type of, that energy from me, so I ain't gonna get that to him. He just showing up, trying to get him a paycheck and trying to win a fight. I get it. But just for what I want to see from Deontay Wilder, I think this might be one of those Spilka knockouts. I think this might be one of those. It might be bad. So I'm expecting Deontay Wilder to go out there, man, and put on a great performance. A great performance. Great performance. I think this is something that he need for this second run of his career. He said he want to fight 3 more years. And you got to come back like that. After coming off of 2 losses, you got to step back in the game with dominance. You got to step back in the game with a devastating knockout. You got to step back in the game letting everybody know you still that dangerous motherfucker that you always been. And even better. That's what I expect to see. That's what I expect to see. Said dude gonna be seeing stars. Dude gonna be seeing stars when Deontay hit him. Big facts. Big facts. So y'all saying Wilder in 8, Wilder in 1. Said Wilder in 4, Wilder in 3. Ooh. Shout out to the brother Tay D in the building. What's good? What's good? Say unless he get a good shot, Wilder goes crazy when he's in trouble, and then he goes in for the kill. Big facts. Big facts. Said Ruiz and AJ next is what I want to see. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. For the trilogy, you want to see Ruiz and AJ again? I don't mind that. I'm going to be honest with you, though. I would rather see Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. Because I think I think AJ and Ruiz already ran their course. You know what I'm saying? And I think AJ probably, like for real, he probably done. I think he done, man. His meltdown that he had at the end of that Usyk fight, I think Anthony Joshua done, man. If he not fighting Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, I think he need to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? He need to hang it up. Said Ruiz the reason AJ fucked up now. He'll finish him in a trilogy. Hey, real talk. I think Ruiz will beat the hell out of Anthony Joshua in the third fight. Anthony Joshua he got 2 fights that he can do. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. If he not fighting either one of them, nah. Said AJ get the Wilder fight and call it quits. Yeah, real talk. That's what I want to see. Like, if AJ not fighting Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, he need to hang it up, bro. You know, and credit to AJ, he done fought pretty much everybody except Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? He done fought pretty much everybody, and he didn't fight Ortiz, but, you know, Ortiz is old. Said Ruiz will not beat AJ again. I don't know. I think Ruiz will get him, bro. I think Ruiz will get him. Because AJ, to me, bro, I just don't think his heart in the game right now. I don't think his heart in it. If you ask me who I think is the better fighter when both of them at the top of their game, I'm going to say AJ. But I think right now, I think Ruiz might get on him. I ain't going to lie to you. AJ just don't seem like his heart in the game, man. Said I worded it wrong. I meant Wilder can get Ruiz next after the fight today. If he beats Ruiz, get AJ. Oh, okay. Okay. Said if. I think the meltdown showed his heart is in the game. Okay, different perspective. He just lost to a better fighter. Can't beat Wilder though, no chance. That's a different perspective, Doug Cooper. I ain't mad at that. You know, you could be right. You could be right. The fact that he melted down like that shows he is emotionally invested. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, bruh. It just seemed like, for me, I agree, Usyk was the better fighter. But Anthony Joshua, it just seemed like when it come down to it, because he had an opportunity in that fight to really, show his heart in that fight. But he let off the gas. He let off the gas. And that right there, stuff like that it's telltale to me. It made me think his heart really ain't in it. Like, bro, are you really trying to win? Seemed like he let him off the hook. It could be a gas tank issue. I don't know. Said his chin his chin more than a little suspect. I mean, I know it's heavyweight, but damn. I don't like how he be reacting sometimes to them shots he be taking. And a lot of times, they don't even be really big-ass shots. But again, it's heavyweight. You know, these some big motherfuckers in there swinging. So, you know, motherfucker graze you barely, you know, that shit can have an effect on you. But I don't know, man. I think Anthony Joshua need to either take some time off and recoup, or if he gonna get back to it, he need to be aiming for Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. That's it. That's it. I don't even think it's worth it to fight Ruiz again. Even though I think the third fight makes sense because, you know, they split 2 fights. But I don't even think it's worth it for AJ to fight him again. If you're going to get your ass whooped, it need to be by Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. Said AJ has courage because he was willing to go in with Usyk again and willing to fight Fury allegedly, but he doesn't have enough heart or dog. Yeah, he definitely got courage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect Anthony Joshua. I know a lot of people don't like him. I respect him, though. You know what I'm saying? I respect him. You know what I'm saying? I got respect for Anthony Joshua. You know, he willing to get in there. You know? He didn't want shit to do with, I'm be honest, I think he actually did want the Wilder fight. But Eddie Hearns and them didn't want it. I think Anthony Joshua would have took it. But Eddie Hearn and them didn't want the fight. So I got respect for Anthony Joshua, man. I wish the best for him. I wish the best for him, man. But So let me run down, before we get out of here, I want to run down the predictions again. So, we got big fights today. And it's 12, almost 12:30 Central Time. So we still got a little bit more time before the zone card start with, the Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall card before that start. You can look for that to start around 2:30 Central, like 2:30 Central. Again, you might have the co-main event start maybe around, I say 3:30ish, maybe 4, and then Clarissa and Savannah, they'll be coming out maybe around like 5ish. You know what I'm saying? 4:30, 4:45, 5 Central. So we still got time for that to kick up. But again, I'm rolling with Baumgartner. I'm rolling with Darrell. I got Devin Haney, of course. Of course, I got Deontay Wilder. And I got Clarissa Shields. You feel what I'm saying? Big fights today. Bold predictions. I know a lot of people picking Caleb Plant in that Darrell fight. Remember what I said. Man. I don't think it's that clear cut. We gonna see. I could be wrong about the Caleb Plant and Darrell fight. So if y'all betting, just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. You can win some money on Anthony Darrell today. So keep that in mind. But I like Darrell. In that fight. Said, hey, I was picking Plant, but I love Darrell's energy at the weigh-in. He put that man on a shirt. Hey, big facts. I'm telling you, bro. It's just I don't have no faith in Caleb Plant. Ever since he did that friendly shit with Canelo, no, bro, like that, he was too friendly. And I think Darrell gonna take advantage of that. That friendly shit, when you show some friendly shit like that, oh man, you looking like food now. We gonna see, man. But I'm finna get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming through and showing love, man. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. If you caught the stream late, feel free to watch the replay. We had a great conversation about the fights today. Shout out to everybody in the super chat that supported the show, man. Shout out to everybody in the regular chat just chopping it up, having this great conversation. I appreciate y'all. Look to have some post-fight reactions tonight. Also throughout the day, because we got Alicia Baumgartner and Clarissa Shields fighting. You know what I'm saying? Michaela Mayer and Savannah Marshall. So look for some post-fight reactions throughout the day. We got Haney. We got to get post-fight reactions out today. You know what I'm saying? It's live today. So y'all stay tuned. It's going down. Shout out to my brother Tay D in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said big facts. Plant showed his panties in that fight. Let me down. On me, he let me down big time, bro. All that friendly shit, I'm like, come on, dog. No, bro, you can't do that. Not on this level, bro. And that's one of the reasons why I think Darrell is going to expose him even more. I think Darrell going to put them hands on him. I ain't going to lie to you. So, y'all stay tuned, man. We going to keep cooking today. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all, man. Enjoy y'all Saturday. It's beautiful out here in Dallas, Texas. It's beautiful. So I hope it's beautiful where y'all at, man. Enjoy y'all Saturday. Enjoy these fights. I'll holler at y'all.